What
Good
is that?
morning, everybody, and welcome to the Today's Restaurant News Networking Group. Today is March the 7th, and I am Howard
There's a
Appel,
repeat.
founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant News. We are a group of vendors who are here to help each other grow a business. And if you'd like to reach us, you can give us a call at 561-620-8888. Or go to our website at trnusa.com. And if you are a restaurant owner, manager, or chef, and you have an issue that you'd like to try to get resolved, give us a call. And you can also take a look at our YouTube channel, which you can access through our website.
Searching on Google, and you can also take a look at our YouTube channel.
Who is I'm getting a feedback from AI.
That's Clint.
No, it was AI. All right. So
He said it's not me.
The topic was brought up prior to us coming online directly. So I was going to bring it up today, and Terry Ark brought it up. So let me ask my question, and then you can come into it with your information. The conversation I wanted to have was not a political question. This is an economical question. What do you see the results of potential tariffs? What effect do you see that on our industry? Go ahead, Terry.
Everything goes up.
Okay, so I got a lot of good information yesterday from the CEO of the Organization for ASI. So he did a whole presentation, a whole webinar.
Hold on. Somebody needs to mute.
Okay.
Terry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. So the main tariffs are at this point. I don't know if this is me or not.
Who is it muting that's got background noise?
I don't know.
It sounds like it's a note taker, but it's being it's verbally capturing the notes instead.
Yeah,
of...
well, Fred just muted. Maybe that was it. Go ahead, Terry, again. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the main places of as you all are probably familiar with, the main places are China, Canada, and Mexico. Okay, so the way that they explained it, it is not what we pay here. It's what we buy. It's how much. It's based on what we buy from over there. So it's not what we're paying final end price, but it's what is being priced out. So if we're getting something from China and there's an upcharge to it, it's what the amount is that China is charging. So if there's, like in my industry, I have, there's my contacts that's like an exporter or importer. So it's based on that price that they get it for, not what we end up paying. So it's actually could be lower than what the percentages that the government is saying. It's also paid directly to the government, which you guys probably already know that stuff. But he said that 90% of what we get in this country is from China, and that is the largest of the tariffs. But part of the issue that we're going to deal with is labor costs, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get more manufacturers here in the States, and that's part of there's a lot of things involved, but that's just part of it. And I wrote all this down, so some of it's not going to apply to everybody. But the federal government is also looking at all other countries to see where we're getting products from, to see if we're being taken advantage of.
I don't understand that taken advantage of. I mean, we manufacture in Mexico and our costs are going up, and it's based, you're right, it's based on cost and not price. So for
Yeah.
the consumer here, it's going to go up. It's not going to go up 25%, but it's dependent on what the unit price is versus the
Exactly.
cost.
That's what
Right.
that's what they said. So
So our prices will be going up.
yes, but not necessarily as much as what the tariff percentage is being said, is being told, because of the people in between. The export and the exporter or importer has to pay. It's actually the exporter that has to pay to the government. So they also said that if the costs are less than $800, there's no tariffs, or there's going to be lower tariffs. So the smaller amounts are not going to be affected by the tariffs. So basically what he had advised us as distributors is anybody that you are dealing with where something's coming in from any one of these countries, have a conversation as to who you're buying with first so that you understand all the details, because there's a lot of things, as we know, things are changing on a regular basis. And also a lot of the costs are because of employees, staff. They said that a lot of the labor costs are going up to as much as 30% because of this, if that makes any sense. So this is one of the reasons why robotics is going to be a huge thing. And Howard, we need to have a conversation with Darren about this because of his nonprofit.
I'm going to ask Linda a question based
Okay.
on what you just said. She's manufacturing in Mexico. Well, tariff was on, then the tariff is off. Let's say it goes back on again, and your supplier raises his price to you. I don't know if it's your own factory or you have it jobbed out, but let's assume you're paying somebody to build them there. If they raise their price and then the tariff comes off, what happens to the price? Will that slide back?
Well, it's interesting because, as you know, the tariffs have been going on and off since this whole thing started. So originally they were supposed to take effect last month, and our person that handles our imports told us that nothing is set up to even collect the tariffs at that point, because it was just kind of, spur of the moment, if you will. So right now, because it's off again as of yesterday,
Yep.
at least another month, our importer will not be collecting the tariff to send to the government. So nothing has been collected yet, and it's chaos, frankly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't work you just can't run a business like this. It's just chaos.
Yeah. And then another part that they had said is that the tariffs are going to be collected at a different rate for like items like steel versus other things. So that's going to complicate things as far as what the percentages are as well. So if you have something that, like in my industry, we have drinkware, part of it is steel, part of it might be a silicone or plastic or acrylic or whatever. So that's going to make a difference in those prices. But they also said that these tariffs have been going on for several years now. Now, this is not something new. It just wasn't as such a big deal because of the short-term notice.
For Mexico, that's actually not the case, right? Because we had a free trade agreement. And for Canada, we had a free trade agreement for most items. So these are new taxes that will be passed on to the consumer.
Understood. Except the fact that we're talking, I'm talking in general for the whole situation, and that because of my industry, getting stuff from everywhere else. So normally he said normally the government gives us up to 6 months, about a 6 month notice. We got like a month notice, which complicates things. And like you said, they're not even set up for it. So it's going to cause it's going to cause chaos. And then he backtracked on it, that kind of thing. So robotics is going to also play a big part in this because of the cost.
Yeah, but you take a company like PVI, that Ferry's company.
Yeah.
Ferry, you manufacture, right, in the States?
Yeah, Yes, absolutely. So it does affect a lot of overall, like
that's
sentiment of business right now.
Can't hear.
Can hear.
is it
Anything
me or
that's
is it?
anything that's manufactured in the state is not going to be affected. It's stuff that gets imported.
I believe it's all a ruse just to pressure this
Well, it is. Well, it is. Yeah.
get
I
the
mean,
manufacturing into the United States and also to have Mexico uh, uh, employ troops on the border to stop this fentanyl.
yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen. I
Well,
really don't think it's
I know
gonna.
I know that my industry leaders are going to be going to an industry event in DC over the tariffs this coming month in April, and then there's another one later in the year. So basically, what has happened is because it's such a short-term notice, that's why it's in turmoil. It's in turmoil. Normally, we get a lot more notice, and so the companies can prepare.
The point I was trying to make with Ferry is that his company manufactures in the United States.
Yeah.
So if tariffs are put on imports, then he's going to be in a better competitive situation because he'll be able to better compete with some of his bigger, large.
But doesn't it depend on where he gets his materials?
Yeah, gets his where he gets his materials.
That's what I was gonna. Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure we're
now,
all good on audio.
Yeah,
a lot better.
So basically, the way it's gonna go is that it will give us a price advantage, but you got to understand, American labor, is expensive, and at the same time, we are getting and sourcing our materials from Canada, from other parts of the world as well, especially aluminum and other different metals. So it does affect.
Well, we also got to remember that the people that manufacture here in the U.S. with these tariffs in place, as if it's going to happen, they're going to raise their prices because they can.
Right.
Slightly, yeah.
I follow a brand of bamboo baby clothes, and they just released yesterday an announcement that regardless of what happens, because all of their factories and whatever, they're out of California, but their clothes are made in China. They said that they instead, because of how they've been doing, which was unexpected for their company, that they're actually going to, if there's going to be tariffs, they're just going to eat it and not raise their price, which is pretty amazing. But, at a, say 25%, that not everybody can do that. But what maybe some of you will remember me saying this when I first started with the group. I've been thinking for a really long time, that, we used to, right, live off of what we had available, what materials we had. We'd make the things that we needed out of whatever materials we had. We had trades with people, within a certain distance of us for certain materials. I feel like if we were to eat more foods that were grown local, and this would be one of those kind of triggers where everyone was like, because when I first brought this up, everyone was like, oh, but people aren't going to change what they do. Well, if it's 25% more on top of the 150% more expensive than it used to be, people are going to start making decisions and to eat more whole foods, maybe shop at farmers markets, maybe support local, and it's going to force kind of a change in what's normal. And not that I like have any, it has nothing to do with political. It's just a simple, better decision on how to support local, keep our communities alive, be more motivated to participate in our communities, be more motivated to grow your own food if you have the space to do it. I'm kind of excited about people becoming excited about that just as we start these conversations, but I don't know. I've been hoping for this for a very long time, not in the way that we're doing it. It's just interesting how my brain has been talking about it, and now it's manifesting in some other weird way. But a lot of people are making better decisions on what they eat. Some people are growing food that weren't before. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully more localization, more community.
I just want to
so
bring something up real quick.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to finish up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep.
So one of the thing that the big thing that they said is it's all going to depend on who the importer is and where they're importing from, because they are the ones that pay the tariff. So anything that is coming from, again, anything that's coming from Mexico or China or whatever is not necessarily us going to pay the 25% extra. It depends on what the importer is going to charge. It's that that other person that is going to pay that initially, because they pay it to the government. So like if we get something from China and it costs $20 from China, the tariff is based on that $20, not the $50 that we are going to pay in the end. So there's that whatever happens in the middle is really where the percentage is being calculated. So that's all I got.
I definitely agree with that, but we also have to understand that a lot of our cars now are made out of aluminum and they're made outside of the country. So if the prices on the cars go up, people are prone to stay at home. You're buying a car now, a truck or a car costs anywhere upwards of 40,000 to upwards of 80 grand. So like we're seeing the effects of that tariff in a way, and for some extent. But yeah, always buy American made.
Well, we might be getting aluminum from Ukraine now.
Oh, it'll take a little bit to get here.
And maybe more people are going to opt for bike riding if you live in a place that's bike friendly. When I lived in LA, when I first, was out in the world and, I had to make certain choices. We were going to Trader Joe's paying whatever we could get for $25 to $50 for the whole week. And I was riding my bike. We couldn't fathom getting a car because it was out of reach. I think people will adapt in whatever way we can with whatever's available to us. They used to use hemp as a material for building things. It's easy to grow. Maybe that would become more of a used material again. There's lots of things that can happen, and I'm just trying to remain hopeful with whatever happens.
Yeah, and that's super good, Stephanie. You're right on with that, because I grew up in Huntington Beach riding bikes and all of that as well. This is probably more of a business, industrial, long-term. You're talking about putting roofs on homes and building homes. And all of it doesn't matter. The steel, the metal, that stuff is going to become priceless and ridiculously expensive. So yes, I agree with you as a homeowner, a person, family. My daughter has a little mini farm. They raise chickens. They have all the eggs they want. But when you're talking cities and businesses and states, that is way, a whole other category. And it's going to be rough if things continue the way they're going.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys heard. Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard on the news this week that he put a hold on the steel industry because the American car companies lobbied or went to him and made phone calls directly to them.
This is no way to handle this type of stuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm concerned it's going to be like the soybeans in 2016.
Right.
Like we lost that whole industry. It needs to be measured and thoughtful. And unintended consequences are huge in this.
I studied business, and and cause and effect are like a huge thing and mutually beneficial. The most respected and successful, I think, entities in a community are the ones that are creating a mutually beneficial experience.
100%.
I just received something called "Why Tariffs Are Good," and I'll share it with everyone. I haven't.
The tariffs. I agree with Steve in some sense. The tariffs haven't been this high since 1939. So at some point, America does have to make its money. That's really the gist of it all.
Right. We pay out, but no one pays us, essentially. Period.
Yeah. However, it can find beneficial.
That is correct.
No one pays us. We're there for everyone. Who's there?
Well, our products are more expensive too.
Yeah, anyways, go ahead. What were you going to say about what you just read?
I'm trying to read it as we speak, but I just put it on the chat. Everyone could read it
Okay.
when they get a chance.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's an interesting time we live in. We'll see how it all plays out in the next few months. I am optimistic that the tariffs in Canada and Mexico will go away at some point, because everybody's got the same goals, and it's just a question of how they do it. The one with China is another story. China is
mostly Trump's bluster.
The United States has given away its manufacturing to China, and China is controlling our food. They're controlling our drugs. They're controlling our automotive industry. We just given everything to them, and it's dangerous.
And they need us, because if we don't buy their stuff, they're
screwed.
They're screwed, right?
Right.
So we'll see how it goes. Buy American.
We did,
especially from PVI and Metalcraft.
Yes.
Thanks for the shout out, John.
Anytime.
Anybody else want to add anything to that topic?
I wouldn't touch that topic with a 10-foot pole at this point.
Just do the best you can, just make the best decisions you can in the moment, try to take as good care of yourself and the people around you, and
just take advantage of the shift.
There's a
market shift. People make money.
This morning I was actually on with another a vendor that actually manufactures in Egypt, and I wasn't aware that Egypt was had manufacturing facilities. So, that kind of, I'm doing more research on that.
Oh, yeah.
Great clothing, great cotton.
Yeah.
And be careful when you buy merchandise that says made in America. You have to understand that a lot of the component parts are sourced in other countries and brought into the United States in pieces and assembled here. And they can call that made in America. That's a whole other story. I know that in the garment industry, they used to do that quite a bit.
I used to work for a company where we made garments in the US. We made them in North Carolina. And then, Vietnam and China were just a lot more efficient, and ours were $1 more. So people stopped buying them. They bought the cheaper ones. So we moved overseas.
And one of the problems is no country can compete with us on the payroll. When I speak to people in other countries and I say the minimum wage in Florida is $13 an hour, they act like it's $1 million.
Yeah, because down in South America, where my husband had his condo down in Ecuador, they were getting $5 a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you remember before,
why a lot of industries died out here.
Before the euro came in, if you were in Italy and you wanted to buy a cup of coffee, it was 10,000 lira. It was like nothing. It sounds like a lot, but it was nothing. That's where we're going now.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll work it out. This country's got one thing that's let us work.
All I can say is do your research, find out where you're getting your products from, and look for options.
All right.
The last thing I'm going to add is Sprouts has not increased their price on their pasture-raised eggs. If you like pasture-raised eggs, don't want to spend $6.99 for a 12-pack of Eggland's Best, go to Sprouts on the day they deliver eggs and get yourself a few packs of pasture-raised eggs.
You're right. That's where I get mine.
I love Sprouts.
I love Sprouts too.
And
considering they're getting $5 a dozen for regular eggs, that's not so high.
I think I paid $7 at Costco for 24 organic eggs.
Wow, that's good.
That's
We went to Whole Foods and they were $4.50 a dozen, which I was shocked.
Wow.
I used to feel bad charging people $5 for my chicken eggs that I had in my backyard. What a deal! What a deal.
Yeah.
I know those are farm raised.
Me out to the city of Boca Raton for having chickens.
Well, I don't know if any of you freeze eggs. There's a technique called freezing eggs, and they last for years. And you do it in cubed ice plastic containers.
Ice trays.
How on YouTube? It's very simple. I froze probably 4 or 5 dozen already. You can.
Really hard to eat it.
So 30 cases of toilet paper at home too. I'm just.
Oh. Oh.
All right, let's get our intros in so that people will see how good we are with our conversation. Steve, why don't you start us off?
Yes, good morning. Steve Geller, Leasing Solutions, Palisades, New York. I'm in the equipment finance business, and I work with end users, with vendors to finance principally equipment, all dollar sizes. I have lots of sources of funding. I work nationwide, and all credit criteria. My phone number is 845-362-6106. And I will be exhibiting at the New York Restaurant Show, March 22nd to 24th, booth 1245, sharing that booth with Linda Bloom and Terry Lena. And if anyone's interested, I have free passes.
Okay, so that information.
My phone number, 845-362-6106.
Don't forget to repeat that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Linda.
I'm sorry, Steve. I didn't catch that. Would you repeat your number?
845-362-6106.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Fred, good morning.
Okay, there it is. I was going to say I'm on mute, of course. Good morning, Fred Bean, founder and CEO of Hotelport. We provide a number of things, but primarily for restaurants, we provide what we call content verification services, where we proactively audit and help facilitate updates of their information across third-party channels. We're a little bit different than the Yext and Bird Eyes of the world because we actually don't have limitations on the channels that we work on for the restaurants, and that's one of the things that makes our service very sticky for them. And we work with a lot of hotels, and most of our current restaurant clients are within hotels, although we are going after more of them directly now. We've also just recently launched Reputation AI, which is an AI-based review response tool. And a couple of our restaurants have asked us to expand it beyond Google. Currently, we do Google, Yelp, and TripAdvisor. And we're expanding that into other channels based on requests from the restaurants we're currently working with. I can be reached at, one more thing. The Miami Sharks professional rugby team, we are a partner sponsor. So if anybody in this group, if you live in South Florida and want to attend a rugby game, I've got free tickets that I can send to you. Just send me an email and I can send them to you. There is a home game tonight that's at 7 p.m. and they play in Fort Lauderdale, even though they're called the Miami Sharks. So I can be reached at 305-523-9434, or you can scan the QR code here. And my email address is fred.bean@hotelport.com. Thank you.
Oh, can I jump in one thing quick? I just received an email from Paul Pedro. There are still booths available for the New York show, $32.50 for 10 by 10. If anyone's interested.
Oh.
Fred, were you able to reach that chef I sent you?
Not yet. I'm actually going to reach out to him today.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Terry Lark, good morning.
Good morning. I'll try to do this before my long guy comes closer. Terry with Creative Business Impressions. I have been in the promotional products industry for over 20 years. Started in 2003 working for other companies. Started my own company in 2018. So I do everything that you can possibly think of and more that you want to have your company logo on. Today, I'm going to show off a little bit of something that I hope you guys can guess what this is. So I'm putting it into my background. Hold on just a second. Go ahead, take a look.
Bowling pins? No. Beer bottles?
Pad for computer mouse?
Looks
Matches.
Like,
Matches. It's a matchbox.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So I got this from a vendor at the trade show. And so this is it exactly. And so you can put whatever you want on it and you have totally customized. Now, what a great way for a restaurant to promote themselves. Not that everybody uses matches in non-smoking in most restaurants, but they can leave them at the door when they go out, right? So 561-308-1393.
Harry, real quick, we're looking to make little, what do you call them, like bibs or chef aprons. Can you create those and brand those, like put logos on them?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'll be in touch.
Okay.
okay, thank you. Let's go to Clint. Good morning.
All right, just had to unmute. All right, good morning, everybody. Clint Colum, Vector Security, security alarm expert of our group. So again, the talk about tariffs, a lot of our products are made because they're electronics overseas, China, Taiwan, Korea. Some stuff is reassembled down in Mexico and brought up into the United States. So we are allegedly being threatened with this same possible outcome, but so far we haven't yet to see it. So we will just wait and see. With that being said, video surveillance in restaurants, very important for knowing what goes on front of house, back of house. And even now with so many places using Uber or Uber Eats, delivery dudes, things such as that, we're setting up one place right now so that the drivers don't have to enter the building. They can come to the back door with a two-way video call. The kitchen can see them when they ring the bell, and the stuff can be brought out back rather than through the front of the house to where they're sitting in tables, taking up space for customers, congregating off in corners. Not a great look for restaurants. So we have solutions for that. We're just looking for restaurants who are in need of that and access control, restricting areas of such as liquor and beer areas, offices that they do not want everybody having access to. So those are great referrals for us. My number is 954-616-9357. Cover everything in South Florida. Thank you.
Thank you. The two amigos are here today. John, you want to?
Down to two.
You have
ready for today's trivia?
Yeah.
Kevin's fishing today with his son.
All right. So there is a fried chicken franchise called Popeyes.
Right.
How'd they get the name?
Popeyes. Oh, I do know that. Dang it.
Not the cartoon?
No.
It fits perfectly with the timing.
You know, considering the fact that I worked for Al Copeland, who founded Popeyes, but I worked on his full service division, you'd think I know the answer to that, but I actually don't remember.
Oh my God.
Who died last week?
What
famous actor died last week?
What's that?
Gene Hackman.
What famous actor died last week? He was 95
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman.
He was in a movie called The French Connection. The character was Popeye Doyle.
That is correct. That is the story.
There you have it. That's the story. Okay, Chris, I'm segueing into you.
Well,
go
ahead, Chris.
Chris, you want to tell us?
Yeah, I said
okay, so we are strategic supply chain partners. We function as an outsourced purchasing department for our clients. Typical size clients are small to mid-market restaurant companies that aren't typically able to have a full-blown in-house purchasing department. We negotiate improved or sometimes put in place for the first time a true master distribution agreement with a supplier such as a US Foods or a Cisco and negotiate better pricing and better uh, uh, landed in costs for our clients. We negotiate manufacturer direct pricing as well. We work with several suppliers also. Typically save anywhere between 8 and 15%. Everybody goes, no way you can do that. We've been doing it for 3+ years routinely. We have clients who started working with during COVID that basically we kept their pricing almost flat with what they were paying during COVID, in spite of all of the inflation we've seen the last few years. We're predominantly contingency based, meaning we only get paid if we actually save a client money. And for the people in this group and anybody who happens to tune in when Howard posts this, we have a great referral program. Basically, you get 10% of whatever we make in helping out our clients for the lifetime of any agreement we put in place with the distributor or manufacturer to generate saves. So again, strategic supply chain partners, I believe, Howard, you post all the contact information at the end of the meeting.
Right.
But anybody out there who needs help with what they're paying for food, we're the guys that can help get that right. And everybody needs help with their food prices right now.
Yep.
John, you want to add anything?
You covered everything.
Okay.
Maybe we challenge somebody to bring us with somebody that has, what do we think the minimum? 5 restaurants?
5 restaurants that are, kind of all the same concept is really ideal space for us. Typically, they have a standardized menu. You don't have individual chefs and individual restaurants creating different menu items every day. That's a little bit harder to put a purchasing program together. But yeah, 5 plus, averaging $1.5 million or plus a unit, that's a great place for us to be.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank y'all.
I have a question or request. If you work nationwide, can you let me know?
We could work anywhere.
And that goes for everybody. If we could just if I can just find out, because I'm based in California, obviously. So, or not obviously, but I'm based in California. So it'd be kind of nice to know who works nationwide and who works just in Florida.
We're all over the country. We have clients all over the country.
Perfect. So do I.
Who was that? Sorry.
Me.
Stephanie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my other 2 companies.
We're nationwide too.
Just like ZZ Top. Couldn't got it.
Linda, why don't you give us your intro since you're so far away?
Yes, Linda Bloom. I work for Stand Shoes. We manufacture shoes for people that stand all day. And our shoes are actually beneficial to your feet and also your joints and your back. So very excited to be here. But obviously I work nationwide. I work close with Terry Lena down there in Florida, and excited to be at the New York Restaurant Show with Steve. So yeah, very excited.
And how do we reach you?
My phone number is 720-939-9525. And then my email is linda@standshoes.com. And Howard, it will be on your Excel spreadsheet, I assume, when you send it out.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we do offer discounts, and we do offer affiliate programs. So if anybody, I'm sure everybody here on the team, we do offer incentives and also commissions to people that bring us leads and opportunities. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to Randy in his car.
Well, good morning, everybody. Randy Pumputis with Heartland Payroll. Terry, I shot you a chat and an email. Can you text me your number, please?
I did.
Oh, I didn't get it.
What again?
Okay. Heartland Payroll, we are a Fortune 500 company. We handle all types of payroll business, small business, mom and pops, startups, multiple locations, and my favorite right now, franchising. And we are also national. I have clients myself from Sitka, Alaska, all the way to the Keys.
Nice.
Wow. Very exciting. This just happened, and this is based on our last 4 years of economy. Heartland is very community driven. Going into the month of March, we're offering, and this is unheard of, and I've been doing payroll 28 years, We are giving new clients the first 6 months of payroll processing free, help them with their hiring, growing, expansions, and super excited to be offering this out. So if you're looking to hire, you're looking just to cut costs and save some money to your bottom line, give me a call. I'm at 585-622-2993. We just, I don't know if Azalea's on this call. We had a new client, brand new business, take over on Miami on Ocean Drive and save that client over $6,000 in payroll processing from the previous owner. So they were super ecstatic. And again, I can be reached at that phone number, and have a great day.
Wow.
Good. Thank you. Ferry, good morning.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm here with PVI Manufacturing. We're a food service equipment manufacturer with a dealer-based network. We've been in business since 1999. We provide our dealer network with restaurant and kitchen equipment solutions, which are proudly made in America. You can take a look at our catalog, which is currently live on our website. So visit us at pvimanufacturing.com, or feel free to reach me at my email at ferry@pviramps.com. Thank you. Everyone have a good weekend.
What was your impression of the NAFEM show?
Oh, that was phenomenal. It was massive. So many people. It was good to see a lot of big players in the game, and especially a lot of exposure to different contacts, and yeah, business is alive and well.
Okay.
Here.
Thank you. Helen, good morning.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Helen Gottesman. My husband and I started Delicious Spoonfuls a few years ago, where we train and employ people with special needs, including Down syndrome, autism, and a host of other things, to work in our mobile ice cream experiences. We're looking to get more events scheduled. People are having any events in South Florida, whether it be from a chamber event, personal event, anything you're trying to get more people to see what you do. We bring the ice cream, we bring the staff, and get you more being seen more. Give me a call when you can, 561-676-2078. Helen at deliciousspoonfuls.org or deliciousspoonfuls.org.
Okay, thank you. Stephanie, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. So I am Stephanie Brilliant. My father, Mark, and we are Brilliant Computers. Mark has been running Brilliant Computers, servicing the South Florida area and beyond for now over 30 years. We do all things IT. Our reach has expanded essentially globally. I've been able to help people in and out of the country with things like business email support and hosting, with remote support for really anything, Windows, Mac users, even able to assist with technical support on your phone, managed services, managed security, online backup, data restoration. Here in South Florida, we can assist with hardware maintenance and replacement. Really, just the list goes on. If you need technical support, the best way to reach us is to email support@brilliantcomputers.com, SUPPORT @brilliantcomputers.com, which is spelled right above me. And then you can also reach us by our main number, which actually forwards to Mark, which is 561-877-1119. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Howard.
Thank you. Joemi, I have to tell you, Joemi, after your presentation a couple of weeks ago, I did some research and I found a company in England called Synthesia, and they offered a free short video that you could do, on your own. So I tried it, and I put in my script, and the video came back, and there was a male speaker, and he started speaking what I wrote, except when it came to the phone number. But when it came to the phone number, he said 56,133,000. He read my phone number as a number, which is really funny. And I'm trying to find it. I wanted to show it to everybody today. I can't find it. Anyhow. Just thought that would be cute. So, Joey, you're up.
That is. Well, happy Friday, everybody. My name is Joemi, and I'm the founder of DV Studio. We are based in Orlando, but we do work nationally and internationally. We specialize in restaurant design and branding. So we take care of everything that pretty much it's the creative. We're calling it the ecosystem of a restaurant. So mainly, obviously, interiors, and then we also do marketing presence, which would include logos, web design, brand identity, just like the whole marketing package that we tie in with the interiors. And we also create art programs and music programs and set programs, basically just the entire creative part of the branding. But besides that, obviously, we do what we're best at doing is either creating brands, working with clients, or revamping brands. But for all of us that are here, we obviously we do this on a holistic thing, and different parts of design that we take care of. But also we do for if you guys have a client that needs to like a revamp on a bar area or a new furniture package or a new lighting package, or maybe just taking a look at the layout that something needs to be updated, or now they got more deliveries and they need to figure out how they can allocate a delivery area that does not in the middle of the hostess or the guest experience. So we do those type of packages as well, that we have a packaging offer until June. We're running a special. We started in February. If for anything, you can see you can scan the QR that we have up here, or you can personally reach me on my cell phone, 407-496-3288. And also, if you do go to our website, we have a weekly video. We're calling it a V podcast. It's a video podcast, and everything is related to restaurants, about scaling a restaurant and elevating the guest experience. It's free, so if you don't have to sign up for our news. We don't have a newsletter yet, but we're going to do something similar coming up. But for now, you can just log in and check out. There's like 15 of them, I think, right now. So if you guys have a client and we can help you with anything, we pretty much do everything from A to Z on the creative. So like I said, it's not just like an entire design. If somebody needs a rendering or like something to take to the landlord, we're talking to Azalea, we're going to do a package like that. And, anything that really goes from A to Z on that part. So thanks.
Hey, thank you. Tiara and Terry.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope you guys all have a nice weekend. It's a beautiful day and a nice weekend here, a little cooler, so I really like it. This is our 9th year now of publishing these monthly lead reports, not publishing, doing them. They are this month, March, when we sent the March leads out quite early, about a week early, we received back, that was our record ever, almost 90 brand new leads. So that was quite an accomplishment, kept us busy for the whole month. At any rate, if anyone wants a sample, this is a report that is second to none. You're going to do a hit and miss. If you want old reports, we have those as well, back three years, I believe, maybe further, to call to see if anyone is happy with their services, needs new services. And there's a lot of new companies out here, you never know. People aren't aware. Like my motto's always been, you can have the best product in the world, but if nobody knows you're there, it really doesn't matter. And I used that as my slogan when I was a national sales manager in California and did very well with that slogan. So what I do is provide a monthly leads report with all areas of phase of where they are in their construction phase, their lease phase, coming into Florida phase, who they are, a little bit about the restaurant in the middle column. And then we have, oh, wow, I just got a thing that Hawaii's volcano erupted. Oh, sorry, it was a news alert that came on my phone. And then the owner's name, phone number, address, email address, very important, and about when they're opening. And please don't be deceived. If you see info at, about 75 to 80% of the time, that does go to the owner. It does go to the owner. It's a way of not putting their names in. They're smaller restaurants. They have 3 or 4, outfits. And I'm really working hard to try and get Chris and John Mulholland and Kevin, these people to, hey, you guys have no idea what you're doing. You're brand new. You really could use this service. Do you have a POS system? Can you design? What are you doing about your phones? Your computers? What if you get hacked? You're going to lose everything you have. I mean, every single thing that I could possibly think of. Do you need shelving for your walk-ins? There's so many things. And if we blast these out to all these restaurants, they get to see all of this. Don't you want your corporate name on your tablecloths, on your napkins, on something that people can carry home with you, et cetera, et cetera. So it's really every single thing that we all do here, these people need. And I've got that information. So if anybody wants a sample, email me, terry@trnusa.com, and I'm happy to send it to you. Thank you. Over and out.
Hey, did I miss anybody today? All right, I just want to mention that next Friday, Jordan from Starfish is presenting. So please try to be here to support him. And the following week, Ferry is that right, Ferry? The 21st. All right, so we have
March 21st.
2 weeks in a row that are booked. So I have my calendar in my hand. If anybody wants to schedule their presentation, let me know so that I can write you in. Anybody want to do? It's very important to do it, I tell you, because the people get to know who you are better than they do just from their intros. And the more we know, the better we can sell you. So that's the bottom line.
And I'm going to let your little secret out, Howard. You know what he's going to do to you guys? He is going to do a session where everybody has to do somebody else's.
Terry, stop.
So you better
stop.
Over and out.
Over and out is right.
No, that's fair.
Well, see you next week, everybody. Have a good weekend. And be safe. And come back next week. There won't be any tariffs.
Yay! Yeah, the no tariff meeting.
Good weekend.
Terrible
Take
tariff.
care.
Terry.